enormous respect for each other.
White gladiator has that big striped spear and the
fires flame during dessert.
Look, the judges are proud. Even the Egyptian judges impressed.
Until recently, you claimed that the Earth revolved around the sun.
Welcome to History Bites. I'm Rick Green. Over the centuries, quite a few groups have turned their back on their roots to create a brand new society based on religion, from the Pilgrims on the Mayflower to the Branch Davidians in Waco. Well, in the mid-1500s, a minister named John Calvin set up a Protestant community in Geneva, Switzerland. It was modeled on the early Christian church, and it became a haven for religious refugees, particularly folks fleeing the French Inquisition. The city's medieval walls kept it safe from the Catholic military and sheltered the faithful from persecution. Some said Geneva was the closest thing to heaven on earth. So let's go channel surfing in Calvin's Utopia in 1553, because really, what's heaven on earth without the television?
Finally, on Catholicism's most wanted, Michael Servetus, Catholic dissenter and former physician to the Archbishop of Vienne, has escaped from his cell and is currently a heretic at large. Inquisition officials spoke to our cameras during Michael's burning in effigy.
Happens all the time. Somebody escapes, magically disappears, dies. We like to think we get him anyway. So if you're listening, Servetus, that's you, man. That's you.
But this theological outlaw is still on the loose and believed to be on his way to the Swiss Alps. Along with petty sorcery, Servetus was charged with reckless pantheism, contravention of spiritual law, and anti-Trinitarianism. He is considered damned and extremely unorthodox. He's beyond salvation and has nothing to lose. If you have any information on his whereabouts, call now and confess to us at the Inquisition's Most Wanted.
Nothing comes between me and my Calvin.
Real cases, real people, real sinners. Judge Judy. The plaintiff, 42-year-old minister John Calvin, claims his old pen pal is a troublemaker. The defendant, 40-year-old doctor and author Michael Servetus, says, no way. Calvin's just jealous. Servetus is accused of heresy.
Your Honor, case number 666 in the matter of Calvin versus Servetus. Both parties have been sworn in.
What's your occupation, Mr. Servetus?
I'm a theologian. I work at religion, thinking about it.
I see from your documents here, your last address was in France. What are you doing here in Switzerland?
Your Honor, I was just on my way to Italy.
Don't touch the microphone and stand up straight.
Yes, Your Honor.
You look like somebody fleeing the law. You have that flea look. You're a fleer, aren't you?
Yes.
Religious refugee or criminal on the lam?
Religious refugee, Judge.
Call me Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. I was about to be burned for heresy, so I escaped from the prison.
So you're an escaped convict?
Well, yeah, but he ran away from the law, too. He's wanted for heresy in France.
Oh, Your Honor, I was never tried or arrested, and my religious views are very different from his.
That's not true. We're both ex-Catholics. We're both fleers.
Okay, you shut up. This man is not on trial here. You are.
Tonight on Undercover Cop, McNeil goes undercover, posing as a convicted criminal to infiltrate a notorious gang of highway robbers.
Now, Mr. Calvin, you're accusing Mr. Servetus of heresy. What exactly did he do?
Well, ask the French Inquisition.
No, sir, I'm asking you. Did you want me to get medieval about it?
Okay, well, there are quite a few. Where do I start here? There are 38 charges, but some of the most important ones are denying the divinity of Christ, distorting the sacrament of baptism, espousing a pantheistic view of God, and urinating in the water trough.
That is not true, Your Honor. Well, the last one, anyway.
And you're going to leave a small hole on the underside of the pie crust. Then we're going to stuff the live birds in there so that when the pie crust is cut open, the birds flutter out and my dinner guests gasp with amazement. I love this.
In the Calvinist justice system, the good people are represented by two equal but separate groups, the informers who catch heretics and the clergy who judge them. These are their stories.
Dip my bread in my cheese. I'll get it under my finger.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you. Pray for us sinners, now at the hour of our death. Amen.
Hold it! That wasn't smart, right, Mike?
Right, Lenny.
Hey, punk, you know what freedom of association means?
You don't just choose which church you go to. They gotta decide whether they want to associate with you.
This your rosary? Where'd you get the rosary, Eddie?
It's my mother's necklace. Lenny says this is mother's necklace.
His mother's necklace.
Look, Eddie, we're watching you. If you cross yourself, I'm gonna be all over you like a bad smell. Okay, like the plague. Put him in the car.
Right, put him in the car.
Well, saints around here somewhere. I'm gonna find him if I have to tear the building apart. Married my first wife in this church.
So, what are we looking at?
Jack at best a 3 sou fine for being late for sermon, but he looked pretty hungry, so I'm guessing they're going after him for observing a papal fast.
Don't forget, Jamie, they found the rosary in his pocket.
The St. Sebastian in the bedroom. There's gonna be disciplinary action from the consistory. And you know the judge can be pretty harsh.
Yeah, and if the deacon's assistant gets his way, Eddie's gonna be fast-tracked to hell.
Jack, do you actually think he's guilty?
Everybody's guilty, Jamie.
Anabaptists are in the news again this week. And for those of you who don't know, they're the state-hating anarchists who claim that being baptized as a baby just doesn't wash. Apparently they have this crazy notion that before you sign on, you have to wait until you're old enough to be hip to the dogma, baby. So you get baptized when you're of age. Christianity rated PG. Sodom and Gomorrah rated NC-17.
Now for the pie filling. Order your servants to catch birds that are small enough to fit into the pie and aren't too covered in mites. Your guests might not appreciate extra guests crawling all over their food. For this pie, I've used some brightly colored imported songbirds because it was an opportunity to spend more money. But if you're on a budget, just catch some regular birds and decorate them with paint and beads.
That was a good sermon, Dawson. And when we were singing together, all of us together on the same notes. Dawson, what's wrong? Don't tell me you miss singing in harmony.
No, Joe. I love singing in unison, really. But I don't know. It's me. It's you. There's something I want to keep telling you. I just don't want to push you away. I just need something more than the thing that we have. I want to go dancing. I want to dance with you.
I have to go now.
Joe, wait, look. All the Roman Catholic kids are doing it, but if we just took some precautions.
Oh, Dawson, you're scaring me.
Look, it doesn't have to be sinful, okay? I mean, I have a chanson, and we could just try holding hands, and if you're not comfortable with it, I'll stop.
I don't know who you are anymore, Dawson.
Joe, wait! Oh, man. Stupid. Oh, Joe! Oh, God. Oh, man.
And now we're ready to place the live birds inside. Oh dear. It looks as if my servant put the birds inside before cooking. If this happens to you, just remove the tiny birds and serve them up as a bite-sized appetizer.
So let me get this straight. You were doing research into pulmonary circulation. That is what?
Well, my theory is that the heart pumps blood around your body, and then it comes back around again into your lungs for reoxygenation, and then it moves around the body again.
And what makes you qualified to do that?
I'm a doctor of medicine.
Whoa! I thought you said you were a theologian.
Well, yeah, I do some of that, but I also work as a doctor and a scientist.
And he's an astrologer. Did he tell you that?
An astrologer now. Which is it? Theologian, doctor, astrologer? You want to make up your mind what you are?
You see, you can't very well be a good scientist if you're not an astrologer. I'm a Renaissance man.
No. You, sir, are a Renaissance idiot.
Next up, wine, women, and songs. 16th century Europe was a hotbed of new ideas and inventions, a heady mix of exciting radical movements and really intolerant people. People ready to die for their ideology or kill for it. Protestant reformers like John Calvin proclaimed, out with the old, and hey, out with the new too.
Look, I read his book. I mean, everyone has, and I really admired Mr. Calvin's commentaries, and I thought he had similar ideas to me, but I thought we had a relationship of some sort. Sort of.
And you two became pen pals.
We wrote letters, yes.
Completely one-sided, Your Honor. I only wrote to tell him I didn't like him.
Your Honor, I even mailed him this book I was writing about Christianity, and he never gave it back.
Did he send you his book?
Yes.
May I see it, please?
I don't exactly have it here.
You don't exactly have it? Where is it?
I sent it to someone.
Who? Who did you send it to?
To the Inquisitor.
The Inquisitor in France?
Yes.
Okay, let me get this straight. You sent Mr. Servetus' book to the same Inquisitor who would happily have burned you to death had you been in France.
Well, yes.
He did it out of spite, Your Honor.
Excuse me, do I have to tell you again? Do I have to spell it out in Latin for you? One more interruption and I'll have the bailiff stick you with a short sword, okay? Now, Mr. Calvin, what were you thinking sending his book to the Inquisitor?
We now return to our late, great movie of the week, The Fallopian Story. Wonder what that's about.
Damn!
Fallopius? 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 Are you ready yet? Gertrude and Heinrich are here. Are you ready to go out to the fair?
Oh, I might as well. I'm wasting my time here. Imagine a tube specialist that can't even discover a new tube.
Maybe they're all discovered.
Maybe. I can't help but feel that there's a new tube out there. A tube that no one else has even thought to look for. Someday I'll find a tube, and the name of Gabriel Fallopius will rank up there with the tube pioneers. Eustachius, Trachea, Brachius, Vas deferens, and of course the fabulous Bowel brothers.
Hi, you're on the hunting show?
Yeah, hi, Biff. I have a problem with my hunting. I'm out there hunting, and I sight the quarry and let slip the dogs, but I never get anything, and it gets away every time.
Well, the dog's sick, maybe?
No, they're fine. Oh, they're big and mean.
Well, these are mastiffs, right?
Yeah, they cost me a pretty penny.
Oh, boy, that's a tough one. You know, sometimes you might run into a boar that's a bit faster than the average. The trick is to wear him down, get him cornered.
No, see, this isn't a boar. It's a deer, you know, a hart.
You're hunting harts with mastiffs? Well, there's your problem right there. Mastiff ain't gonna catch a hart. You need allants for catching harts.
Oh,
You do know what an allant is, right? It's a running dog?
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, I knew that. Expensive, are they?
Well, sure.
See, the thing is, I spend all my money on the mastiffs.
Well, use the mastiffs and go kill some boar.
But, you know, I hate pork and bacon. Forsooth, I want some new meat.
Have you tried mastiff meat?
Calvinists had a no-frills daily life. In bed by 9, unless you're an informer, no gambling, no swearing, and no designer wardrobe. Sounds like what I tell my kids, and they don't like it either.
And you are?
Perrin, Your Honor.
And you were harboring this fugitive, Mr. Perrin?
Well, he was staying in my house.
What is that you're wearing?
Oh, it's a jacket. I picked it up in Florence.
That is papish and gaudy. I'm not going to allow embroidery in my courtroom. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Take it off. Right now. What do you think this is? A Catholic church?
We now return to our late great movie of the week, The Fallopius Story.
And so, esteemed members of the Tube Committee, one simply places this hollow piece of straw inside one's drink, and bingo! An easy way to sip your drink from several inches away. And because it is a hollow piece of straw, and because I use it to drink, I plan to call it the fallopian straw!
I hate to burst your bubble, Fallopius, but this is hardly a new tube. Why, objects like this have been in use since Babylonian times.
Oh, really?
Well, come back when you have something new. We want a new tube! A new tube! Give us a new tube!
I know what you're thinking. There must be a catch, some trick. But folks, Marnie, let me tell you, Protestantism is absolutely real. It's a real religion. The same faith, the same God, the same Nicene Creed, but only a quarter of the price.
Well, Bob, that's the thing I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around. How come this
Protestantism?
Okay, Protestantism. How come it costs so much less?
Well, Marnie, this is an incredible breakthrough theology with no payments to Rome, no artificial presentation, or high indulgence fees.
Right.
We've even cut out the middleman.
Ah, yeah. So, why have a mediator for the expiation of sin when you can go straight to the Creator yourself?
Exactly. Now you've got it. You see, folks, some of the best nobles in Europe are switching to this new religion, and they're seeing incredible results. Take a look at this.
Boy, I really had my doubts. Deep, soul-searching doubts. It just racked me for months, and I thought, how can someone deliver on all those claims? I mean, not taking confession?
Oh, it's the wisest decision I've ever made. It just feels right. Divinely right. You know, since I declared my kingdom a Lutheran state, the patriotism here is skyrocketing. I mean, my soldiers fight for our country, not for the Holy Roman Empire.
I'll tell you, once I started on the program, I couldn't believe all the free time I had for myself.
And because those taxes are coming straight to me, my coffers are completely full. My peasants actually like me. They really like me. So if I could say anything to the Catholic princes out there right now, I'd just say, get on the Protestant bandwagon. It changed my life.
Stay tuned for a serving of Swiss-style justice. A man who lived through the Swiss Reformation noted that after John Calvin and the Protestants took over Geneva, the architecture took a turn for the functional. Buildings made with gargoyles and saints were removed or trashed as being superstitious and blasphemous. And if your building had saintly gargoyles, forget about it. Not that Genevans didn't appreciate great art, but sometimes the medium is the message.
And he is strutting around town, dissing the Trinity wherever he goes.
Now, wait a minute.
No, the
with that.
Trinity!
Come on.
And I'm as intolerant as the next guy when it comes to bad-mouthing the Vatican.
Oh,
but
yeah, right.
when he starts in on the Trinity, you're not just offending God. You're disagreeing with what I believe.
You're not even listening to
Religious dissent is all well and good. It's just, I mean, come on!
Oh.
Mr. Servetus, were you disrespecting the Trinity?
You're missing the point. There is no Trinity to disrespect. That's my point. It's all a made-up thing.
You see, Your Honor.
This is a very simple case. Whatever happened in France, whatever happened to Mr. Servetus's book, that doesn't matter. That's past. It has nothing to do with the charge of heresy. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. But just let me say one more thing.
I'm giving you my judgment. The fact is, Mr. Servetus, if you walk around Geneva, or anywhere in Europe for that matter, telling people that Jesus was just a great person and a wise prophet, that's heresy. You're breaking the law.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I fine for the plaintiff 100 écus, and you get burned at the stake. Next case.
And now the conclusion of our movie of the week, The Fallopius Story. Oh, I can't wait.
Fallopius. Gertrude's dead, isn't she?
Yes, she is. But perhaps I can save the baby. Quick, give me a scalpel.
Look, it's a baby boy. Just what Gertrude wanted. Thank you, Fallopius. You're a great doctor.
Yes, a great doctor. But I'll never be a great tube discoverer. Off you go, you happy pair. I look after poor Gertrude's body. But wait. What's this?
Oh, I feel good. Very good. Woo, 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 woo. I mean, it's all very well to protest against the Catholics, but you just can't keep reforming. Can you?
Well, I'm disappointed with the verdict, but I've been burned before. Of course, that was an effigy.
Well, I am sorry he's going to be burned alive, you know. I'm all for mercy and tolerance. Hey, if it was up to me, I'd be happy to let him off with a light beheading, but he's a heretic, isn't he? Hmm?
Being burned at the stake, I don't like it. But I guess I'll have to live with it. Or not. Oh, no.
Like a lot of religious extremists before them, most early Protestants thought that the way to ensure their religious freedom was to suppress other people's. They believed in freedom of speech as long as it was church-approved speech. If not, your speaking privileges were revoked permanently. Ironic that a group of people who had once experienced persecution for their own beliefs could be so intolerant of others. Still, after Michael Servetus' execution, one of the first tracts on religious tolerance was published, entitled "Should Heretics Be Persecuted?" Too late for Michael. Geneva's heaven on earth had turned hot as hell. And hell, like history, burns. I mean, bites.
Meanwhile, in the German town of Leiden, the Anabaptists are promoting multiple marriages, polygamy, not bigamy. And obviously the lesson here is that if you do bathe, the women find you attractive. Why is it that polygamy is always thought up by someone named John or Stephen? Never Joan or Stephanie, no. You never hear about a Christian community where women can have 9 guys, do you? More proof that God's a man, I guess, huh?